Welcome to the Planet Rock Podcast, the hottest show in the cosmos. Get ready for insight and inspiration right here on Planet Rock with your special guest, Susan Kennedy, and your cosmic guide through our ever-changing space and time. I'm your host, Raquel Herring. Hello and welcome to the Planet Rock Podcast, your go-to spot for all things relationships, personal growth, and navigating life's twists and turns. From the depths of dating and marital dynamics to the heights of spiritual journeys, entrepreneurship, money, pets, plants, we explore every facet of human connection. I'm Raquel Herring, your cosmic companion on this wild ride called life. Each episode of Planet Rock is packed with insights and inspiration to help you thrive in this ever-changing world. From heartwarming stories to candid conversations, we're here to empower you and uplift your spirits. Tune in every Thursday at noon on envision-radio.com for some real talk, real people goodness. And don't forget to catch the video replay on YouTube every Saturday. And also remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest episodes. Follow me on social media for updates and swing by my website at raquelherring.com to stay connected. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's rock your world one relationship at a time right here on Planet Rock. Hey, Planet Rock listeners, it's Raquel Herring. Did you know I was the first Afro-Latina Mouseketeer on Disney Channel's all-new Mickey Mouse Club with artists like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake? Now I'm excited to share my powerful memoir, Falling Up, The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear. Falling Up is more than just a celebrity memoir. It's a story of resilience, courage, and transformation. Discover how I navigated life beyond the glitz and glamour, faced marital ups and downs, and found my true voice. This book offers deep insights into overcoming adversity and finding strength in the face of challenges. Why should you buy Falling Up? Because it's a compelling narrative that delivers inspiration and real-life lessons. If you're looking for motivation, personal growth, and a testament to the power of perseverance, this book is for you. Join me as I take you behind the scenes of fame and into the real world where true courage is tested. Falling Up, The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear is available now on Amazon. Don't miss out on this incredible journey of empowerment and self-discovery. Remember, life's toughest battles often lead to the most beautiful victories. Today, we have the incredible honor of speaking with Miss Susan Kennedy Nanton, the founder of Bullets for Life. Established in 2016, Bullets for Life emerged from Susan's profound response to the devastating effects of gun violence, particularly the tragic losses of young lives such as King Carter and Jada Page. Susan's vision transformed bullets, often seen as symbols of violence, into powerful symbols of awareness, resilience, and hope. With over 10,000 bullets collected and repurposed, Bullets for Life actively engages with communities, supports survivors, and honors the stories of those affected by gun violence. Susan Kennedy Nanton's journey with Bullets for Life is not just a mission, but a personal commitment to a safer future for her three young boys. Through her hands-on approach, she has inspired many to join her cause, demonstrating that one individual driven by purpose and love can bring about significant change. So join us as we dive into Susan's inspiring story, the impactful programs of Bullet for Life, and the powerful message of hope and transformation she spreads. Please visit bulletsforlife.org. Yes, and welcome to Planet Rock, Susan.
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, sisters.
Yes. Thank you for coming on and talking with us. Tell us about the lady behind Bullets for Life, where you're from, just tell us your story.
How much time do we have? Okay. Well, my name is Susan Kennedy Nanton. I'm recently married, so yes, my last name kind of shifted a little bit, but we're gonna keep Kennedy. I'm originally from.
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you. I'm originally from Guyana. I'm from South America. Grew up there in Guyana. Born in Guyana. Grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I have 3 amazing sons. One is 30, 25, and 20. I call them my heartbeats. They will always be my babies. Yes. So, and now I'm living here in Florida. I've been in Florida for over 20 years. So I guess I'm a Floridian now.
Yes.
in this Florida heat.
Don't you know the humidity?
Oh my God! Trying to keep these waves from melting, but
I understand. I be trying to keep my hair from blowing up.
Yes, listen, we all going through something, right? But so I'm just a mother, a woman of God. First of all, I'm a godly woman, so I want to give God all the glory for this moment right now that we're having. So yeah, I'm just a mother, and a woman who is tired of seeing our children dying by gun violence. I'm just tired of seeing our community being taken one bullet at a time. It's the real pandemic, and I don't think we're panicked enough. So I am just on a mission. I found my purpose through this calling. I found, there's so much more to the movement, but people don't realize that it's just one woman from the islands. The movement has never been done before. I'm the first woman to create a movement like this.
Wow.
So I'm just out here in this world we call life. Life.
Life be
lifing, and we're all surviving it one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
And we all have a purpose and a mission and an assignment. Yes. And I happen to know what mine is in this moment.
That's wonderful. It's so important to know your purpose.
Yes.
To know your assignment. So thank you, because you are definitely a woman, a mother on a mission, a serious mission.
Yes.
I would like to know, what was the pivotal moment or event that inspired you to start Bullets for Life?
Wow. So first of all, I was a personal stylist at Nordstrom. I was $1 million seller. I was I did retail I did Nordstrom for about 10 to 15 years. $1 million seller, all-star, you name it. I was banking at my work and my job. So people were surprised when I stepped away, took a leap of faith and walked into my calling, right? Wow. But in the midst of that, what people don't understand too, and people don't know me truly, that I was also going through a really bad divorce, right? Like DV, like seriously, I was hiding from my life. So I had to come out of it, because a baby was just killed that activated everything in me to start a movement. So 8 years ago, his name was King Carter, and you said it. He was only 6 years old, and he was killed by a stray bullet. And I've always have a heart for our children. I've always had a calling in my life, but I didn't know what it meant or what I was supposed to do because of my heart for people. So I know when he was killed, the whole world stopped. Like we know Miami stopped, right? Like all of Florida stopped and look at the news and cry out and send their thoughts and their prayers. And we all tend to do that, right? But I act on it. They always ask, did you lost someone personally? And no, I have not lost anyone personally. I've been affected personally, but I have not lost a child. And I thank God. I do not want to know what that feels like. But when a child is killed, I'm talking about the whole community. I'm thinking the whole world. I know all of Miami, Florida was like shook. And they were invested in this moment because a baby was just killed. And he was killed by a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old fighting over, I think, a Facebook feud or something like that. And if you hear the story, he asked his dad to go to the dollar store, the candy store, to get some candy. And, you know, in the neighborhood, the candy lady is your candy store, you know, your neighbor.
Yeah.
So he went to his dad, let him go. It's right there. It's family, you know. So he walked to go to the candy store, and soon his dad remembered when he heard the bullet that took his child's life. Right. So you will see that on the news. And when you see that, it broke my heart, but it broke me into action. It didn't break me into, I'm going to pray for you, my thoughts is with you. It broke me into action to where I had to go to God about, like, God, why am I so invested in this? Like, I can't eat, I can't sleep. All I could think about is this baby, like he was my own, right?
Yes.
So that's when the vision started. The same thing that's taken their lives, we're going to save their life. And it's called Bullets for Life. But it didn't start off with Bullets for Life. It started off with donate a bullet, save a life. Right? So I'm like, donate a bullet, save a life. That's all I kept hearing. What is that? Because I know that we were raised not to play with toy guns. So we never had guns in our homes. I raised my 3 sons, and they would tell you they're grown now. They've never had toy guns, water guns, no kind of guns. Mommy did not play that, right? So here I am. God, you were telling me to go get bullets off the street.
Yes.
So donate a bullet, save a life. So what I did was started to like create a conversation at work with the people that come to my job. If I asked you to donate a bullet, would you give it to me? Why? Why you want my bullet? So right there, right then, I know it created a conversation. So if I'm going to ask you for a bullet, we're going to talk about why I'm asking you for a bullet, because I don't know what you're going through. Right. Yes. And so in that moment, you can speak life into someone who put a bullet in your hands. Like you're asking for a live bullet before it's used. And when when you ask them for that bullet and you tell them why you want the bullets, listen, we just had a baby that was just killed. If you give me that bullet, it's going to honor him, but it's also going to save another life, another soul. Because I promised to you, I guaranteed you that bullet you give me will never take a life. So they were like, you're right. And that's when I started getting the bullets. I'm talking about suicidal bullets was coming to me. People who want to commit suicide. Altercation bullets was coming to me. Retaliation bullets I was getting off the street. Revenge bullets I was getting off the street in honor of King Carter, right?
Yes.
So that's how the movement started. Like this woman is really on the street in the inner city where the violence are happening. And I'm pulling up. And I'm going to these gangsters. I don't care, but because our babies are dying out here, can you please donate a bullet? I'm not asking for your gun. I'm not here to collect your gun. I'm just asking you to give me one bullet, knowing that bullet could possibly save a life. Because if you know, our kids are even finding guns at homes and dying because you're not locking guns up, right? So just think about if you give me that bullet, it will not take a child's life.
Wow. That's amazing.
So that's how it started.
Incredible concept, you know. I like that.
Yes. Donate a bullet.
You were just like so passionate, like I'm doing something about it.
Yeah. And we all have a calling and a purpose in this fight, right? Because none of us are saved. Like we're all, like I say this many times, we're all walking dead. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because none of us are safe from a bullet. We're not safe in our own home, right? We're not safe driving. We already know when you're on that 95, you're not safe. You're some crazy wild people out there. You have one word. You're one word away from dying. One bad decision away from a bullet coming through your car, right?
Yeah.
You can't go to the movies. You can't go to the church. You can't go to the supermarket. Everything that I've said, somebody have died there from a bullet, right? So none of us are safe. So if we all have a calling and we all have a purpose and we're all responsible to end this violence because we're all one decision away from a bullet. We're all one decision away from being a target, right?
Right.
So that's why I say that we're all responsible. We all have a say in this because none of us are safe from it, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was on the phone with my friend and he does code enforcement. And he talked to this young man who was outside, maybe his home, selling some food, and had a restaurant kind of set up. And they found that they had a mutual friend or associate in common. And a week later, that guy was dead just from DJing at a party, or he was doing food at a party or DJing at a party at his house. And
at his own
some people showed up and just sprayed the place. And he was the one that died. And it was crazy because it's like, I just heard his voice. I heard his voice on the phone. I never saw him. I don't know him, but I just heard his voice. And I'm not even sure it was a whole week later, but just like that, he was gone. And that affected, all of us. I'm here in Florida, and it affected me because I'm like, I just heard this young man's voice, and I heard him laughing. I heard him full of life. Wow. And now this. So it does affect you,
Yeah.
Share with us the initial challenges you faced when starting the organization and how you overcame them.
Wow. Listen, these are great questions because when you think you're out here doing the right thing, right? Like your heart is in it. So nobody should come at you and say and be negative towards you because you're actually out here doing work nobody else is thinking about.
Right.
But because some people felt that because I did not lose a child, I should not carry a movement like that. Right.
That's ridiculous. So, right.
Yeah. So she's in it for the money. What money? I don't know. I've lost everything starting this movement. I lost my job. I lost my home, empty my bank account. Because I was raising money for headstones. Like when I stepped out into this movement, I stepped all the way out. I just went naked just for this movement because when you step into that world, you get to see all of it, right? You get to see the mothers crying out for their children every day. You get to see the mothers who wants to commit suicide because they lost a child, not just the mom, but the dad. Not even the mom and the dad, but the whole entire family is affected, right?
Yes.
And everybody's there in the moment when it happened. But once the casket is closed, everybody goes back to their everyday life. Life goes on. Life goes on.
Yeah.
Life goes on until another one happened tomorrow. And it could just be you, right? We had a 6-year-old who was killed at a 2-year-old birthday party. Who shoots up a 2-year-old birthday party, Raquel? Who? And I'm gonna tell you, it's not the white man shooting us, it's not the cop, which we know that happens. But every single day is us. Our brothers and our sisters are killing each other. So why should anybody else care about us if we don't care about us? We're not saving us. So nobody's going to come save us because as soon as we get angry with us, we destroy each other.
That's right. Which is so ridiculous to me. Like I talk about this with my friends. I'm like, it makes no sense. I mean, somebody else can do some terrible thing to you. They will never do anything to them. But your brother say boo to you, and now you got to kill him.
No, you got killed, right? You should have a 2-year-old birthday party. So sorry, I jumped from that, but I'm just saying how insane and how desensitized we are. You know what I mean? That we don't care about it. We don't value each other. We don't value our babies, right? We just had an 11-year-old. An 11-year-old was just killed yesterday. She died yesterday, Raquel. Okay, 11 years old. By a bullet. The guns is in the wrong hands.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not trying to take your rights. I'm not telling you, you don't have no right to have a gun if you're certified. And now you don't even need certification. You could just carry a gun. And that's insane. Right. America has lost its whole mind. Right. So with that being said, we just had an 11-year-old just killed. And I'm going to tell you how she was killed. Who don't know. Her 9-year-old brother flung a gun in their home and pulled the trigger, playing with the gun, and took his sister's life. Accidentally shot his sister with grown-ups in the home, right? So that just showed that our kids is not safe from home. How many children have to die before they're safe in your own home? Right? Guns kill in the wrong hands. We're dying all kind of ways. Every way you look around, whether we're killing each other, suicide, bullying, retaliation, altercation, it's demonic to me.
It is demonic.
Yes, it's demonic to me. So I'm so sorry I jumped from what I don't remember the question that you asked prior to me talking. I'm sorry, Raquel. It's just I'm so passionate about this. It's insane.
I want to hear all of it. I really do. I had asked you about the challenges that you
so
faced.
Let's get back to that. So I was getting a lot of like, she should not be carrying this because she did not lost a child. She's in it for the money. You know, and it's always your own people, right? It's always your own people coming at you. And but because this calling is so much bigger than me, and I know my purpose, right? And I know what I've been through. You know, when I go home from being in the community and fighting with the kids, I come home and I'm crying because I'm being strong for these families. I'm being strong for these mothers that let me into their lives. Like these mothers embrace who I am because they see my heart, right?
Yes.
I can show up on a scene and the love that I have, they see that in me. But there's always going to be the haters. Like haters is going to come no matter what, right? I mean, I'm out here fighting, blood, sweat, and tears. Some days I go home empty because there's no one pouring into me because I'm so empty from pouring all this out there. That she's this and she's not in for the right reason, which all that has changed because they had to see God through me. I had to just be humble and silent because in the meantime, while you're coming at me, I'm still fighting for my life because I'm being threatened by someone who once loved me. You know what I mean? I'm going through courts. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. And then I'm over here fighting to save our children's life while my life is, so it was a lot. People don't know my story because I have not really put it out there, but it came with a lot of challenge. It came with not having enough resources or funding. And if you have a heart for something, you will know the logistics parts of it, right? You don't know how to go get the resources because your heart is like, my heart was going and going and going and going. But then you hear there's so much help you can get. I didn't know how to get it. No one was really coming to tell you how to go get it. You know what I mean? I started to do like a nonprofit. I didn't even know how to carry a nonprofit. I didn't know, you know what I mean? And I didn't have the support. All I know is just that I had to go in this community and save these babies from dying, But because it's so much bigger than me, Raquel, I had to like block the noise out that wasn't of God and keep pushing. And then that's why I'm so supported right now. That's why mothers, I could all day, I'm getting phone calls, mothers, I lost my child, this and that. How can I get a bracelet to honor them? These bracelets that are made out of bullets have gone so far nationally. And it's not because I want to be on top or it's because it's bigger than me.
Yes. Yes. That's quite, I just don't, it's crazy to me that here you are doing like great things and people just,
yeah,
I'm so sorry to hear that. But I'm grateful that you kept pushing forward, even with the things that were going on in your life.
Yes,
you want to talk about that, or you want to just keep it on?
The pushing, even though all that stuff was going, there were people, like there's few people that came along. When you have, it don't have to be a lot, and it don't always have to be in your circle. Like people like Ty, who honors me because of the work that I do. And they don't see all the stuff all the people is talking about, even though they've heard probably a lot of stuff. I don't know. But because they see your heart, it's those people like that keep you going. When they say, good job, I want to honor you for what you did. You know what I mean? I've been honored by her, been honored by the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Those are the people that kept me pushing, you know what I mean? And especially mothers that kept me pushing. But for me, When I was going through my own, when King Carter was killed, I remember I was going through a separation, divorce, and I had a restraining order on my ex-husband and stuff because he was, we were fighting so much and so much hate and just a lot in my life that I have not put out there as yet. But I was being threatened. I'm gonna put a bullet in your head when I see you. Like
wow.
I'm here trying to save a life, and this man talking about putting a bullet in my head. You know what I mean?
So and you're trying to get bullets, like collect the bullets
off the street. But what people don't know is that I went to him first, and because I didn't know what this movement, because it was so heavy on me, even though he wasn't in a good place, but we had children together. And I went to him and I say, you know what? I want to start taking bullets off the street because God keeps telling me about bullets off the street. And I will never forget that one day I woke up and a bullet was on my dresser, right? So, and that happened to be like the bullet that he had threatened me prior to, but it was on my dresser. So he was actually the first person that donated a bullet to me.
Wow.
So that's why I'm going to write the book about the first bullet, because it's like it came from the person who was threatened to take my life because I no longer wanted to be in that situation, But so that's a whole nother story. But people don't know your story,
right,
to judge you. They have not walked in your shoes. They don't know what moved you. I didn't even know exactly what moved me. All I know is a 6-year-old was killed, but I didn't know that that because of what I was going through, it was pushing me. It was like I was doing this movement not to heal somehow, you know what I mean? So that I can survive it because I have a bigger calling. So I'm busy pushing this thing away, even though it's coming at me, and I'm covering up from people to see what's happening in my real life because I maybe just kill. And what's happening in my real life cannot compare to children dying. So I kind of just put my situation, trying to heal from it my own way. You know what I mean? But I'm in a space now where I'm learning how to I have to take care of me now. I have to go deep and rewind.
Right.
It's like I'm rewinding to be renewed now. You know what I mean? You have to rewind to go back to that, to heal from that, so that I can push forward, because my calling is so much bigger than where I'm at right now.
Yes, I totally understand. You have to deal with it. You have to confront it. And those places where you don't want to confront, you have to, so it won't come back for you. You can move past it.
I can really push forward and move. You know what I mean?
That's right. Really move forward.
So I'm in that season of me right now. I'm still right now, and I have to heal, because if you don't heal from your own trauma, you can end up bleeding other people. Right. So I'm learning how to heal and how to deal with that right now.
That's good. I want to ask the questions about that too, but I want to keep it on bullets for life. It's so much,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I want to know, what are you doing? What steps are you taking to heal?
Well,
besides going back, because I know that's a big deal, confronting it.
Yeah. Well, I wrote a letter recently. I was just part of a detox, like an 8-day detox, and I wrote a letter forgiving him. You know what I mean? And I had to write a letter for my forgiveness too, because even though we go through this stuff, we play a part in it too as women. You know what I mean? Like there's things that we could say and have done differently, but because of but people tend to take you out of who you are if you don't know how to control your soul, you know what I mean? And your body, you know what I mean? So I had to forgive myself for the parts that I played too, for it to get so ugly, you know what I mean? Like it was really ugly, and it brought ugliness out of me too, that I didn't know parts of. We can get so angry and it was just a lot. And so I had to write a real letter, like, I forgive this man. He's the father of my children, and I want to see him well. I want to see him blessed, because he's an amazing father. He just wasn't a good husband to me. you know?
Yeah.
So I have to go back and just dig deep with all those things and be free from it,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because then you could bleed on your own, your new relationship too, if you haven't dealt with stuff like that, you know?
Right. Right.
So,
And you don't want to do
mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So, and then I want to be free to be able to continue beyond bullets. Like, what's next for me? But I need to be free from stuff that can hold you back or stuff that can trigger you, because you
Yes.
never know what the
Right.
trigger is if you're not healed from stuff. You know?
That's right. That's right. You know, when I
Yeah.
was writing my book, that was that letting it out, letting it go, really dealing with those places that I did not want to have to confront. But when you
Mm-hmm.
want to be transparent, helping other people with your story,
Oh
you
yeah.
have to be transparent. You have to be honest. And that was a big part when you said I had to forgive myself for the part I played. Because some people, I think, don't realize you have to be introspective. You have to determine what could I have done differently, because you want to do it
Mm-hmm.
differently. What part did I
Yeah.
play in that? Because there's things that I said, there's things that I did. And it really isn't just so much about the marriage, it's about your relationship with God. How could I have been better, a better
Yeah.
friend, a better wife? How did I
Yeah.
contribute to the breakdown? Because it didn't happen just one person breaking it down. There was
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
contribution. Now, maybe it was the biggest issue, but the contribution, and yeah, that was hard. Like, you don't want to have to look at those things, but you have to, and to move forward,
You
to
have to.
be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's your story, is what you've been through, and like you said, your testimony, your story, because you're healing from it, right? But there's
Right.
somebody that needs to be healed from it, because
That's
we're
right.
healing every. I saw Sabrina Fulton wrote something about mothers who's lost their children. She said, no matter what, people always say, you'll get over it by now, you're healed, you should be healed, God is going to heal you. You never heal from losing a child. It's
No.
every day you're healing, every day you're surviving, right?
Yes.
So in a relationship like that, which is different, when you come out of a domestic violence relationship, you can
Mhm.
heal from it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There may be triggers there. You can heal from it, but there's
Yeah.
people that's healing, that's going through,
Right.
that's not healed, don't know how to heal. But if your story
Yeah.
comes out and you tell, you can help somebody get through it, right? And let
Yes.
them know that they're not alone, because every time you look at the news, somebody's dying because of DV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yes.
being killed. And then these men is not getting the help they need, first of all.
Right.
Like, who's helping these men that's out here that
Yeah.
don't know how to deal with rejections, and they don't know how to deal with situation because they have not been taught how to deal with it,
Right.
right?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so, and we have to, and I have 3 sons. That's why I feel this way. Like, I have 3 sons. I have to
Mhm.
teach them now how to deal with rejection, you
Mhm.
know? And
Mhm.
I know some stuff that came out of my mouth when I'm angry at their dad at that time. I wouldn't want another woman to say that to my child. So I
Right.
think about all those things. So that's why I have to be like, God, forgive. I have to forgive the parts that, like you said, I play too, because you made me this way, and I turn, you know what I mean? So listen, your tongue is powerful, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. It
You
is.
know, that tongue right there, especially coming up for women, where we ready?
Yeah.
Listen, listen,
Yeah.
so I had to go and ask for forgiveness. Like I said, I have to ask for, but I had to forgive him from a lot of things,
Yeah.
because a lot of things they don't even, they didn't know, you know what I mean? Nobody has
Mhm.
taught them how to deal with a
Right.
lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Because they have trauma, PTSD, and
Yeah,
that's just not from going off the war. I mean, just in neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Your
Black men is
school.
dealing with some stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to deal with mentally that no one really considers is an issue.
exactly.
It's not about, and I'm hearing it's not about what's wrong with you, what happened to you.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Something happened along the way. So if we start going back, we can save ourselves from a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we have to go to God. We have to have a communication with God and connect with God to get through certain things, because He will teach you how to word it differently, how to
Yes.
speak life because a lot of times you could speak death into situations.
Right. That's true. I mean?
Yeah. So how do we speak life into situation and save ourselves, save these men, save our community? We have to learn how to speak life into stuff.
Well, not only are you speaking life, like you're doing the work, you know,
doing the work.
You're doing the work, and that's awesome. Because I want to know, when you came up with, when you got this unction to do this, to do Bullets for Life, you're transforming these bullets into symbols of life. Please tell us about that. Tell us about the transforming the bullets, and how did you come up with that idea? Did it come to you like at that time when you first like was so passionate and you went for like, I'm doing this thing? Did you already have that idea, or did it come afterwards?
It came afterwards. I had no clue what I was going to do with these bullets. Let me tell you, when I started getting bullets, because people were just dropping, I'm talking about, it started where I couldn't get any bullets, right? But I have a way of speaking to people. It's just the way I come across. I'm going to come to you genuinely. I'm going to come to you. I'm not convicting you. I'm not coming to judge you. I'm just coming to save your own child. You know what I mean? From right? So I've got, let me say, thousands of bullets. It's over 10,000 bullets I've collected, by the way. Way over 10,000 bullets, right? So with that being said, I'm seeing these bullets and I'm collecting these bullets. I don't know what to do with these bullets, right? So my sons and I, we were actually we decided one day I woke up and I'm like, what if I start taking them apart? First, I was just collecting the bullets because it was God said, donate a bullet, save a life. He didn't say anything else. Donate a bullet, save a life. What does that mean? I remember being on the phone with a friend of mine, a bullet for a life. So here we go. Hundreds of bullets coming from, I have tons of bullets at home. My kids is like, Mom, you never even allow us to play with guns. You got all these bullets, you know what I mean? So one day we just decided to take the bullets apart, Raquel. We were just like getting the pliers. Dangerous. Dangerous.
Yes,
we did not know what to do. Listen, God saved me and my children, my sons, because remember, we know nothing about bullets. I didn't do my all I know, I'm collecting bullets. I didn't do my research. I didn't do anything. I'm just collecting these bullets. I'm like, what if we take this apart and then we pulling the bullet out with the actual bullet out of the casing, and then we see the gunpowder comes out, and then we start like. And then there was still something called the primer inside of the bullet. There's like, I don't know if you see that. There's a hole there, and that's where the primer comes out. But we still had the primer left in there. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just like, you know, just trying to see what we're going to do with all these bullets. I can't have all of them at home. I got to destroy them. So a training, how to use guns, you know, one of those classes, right? Because at that time, I'm going to be honest with you, at that time, when I was going through all this stuff with my ex-husband, a police officer said, I went to the police station. They said, we have a restraining order. Why is he still coming after me? How can he do this? This police gonna look at me and said, you need to get a gun. I'm like, you telling me to get a gun to take my husband life? And I go, wait, where am I gonna go? That's what he said. You have to get a gun. I'm like, because y'all supposed to stop him from. I have a restraining order. How is it possible that this man can still come for me? He's gonna tell me to get a gun.
He hasn't committed a crime.
Exactly. So I must get a gun, right? So in my process at that time, I'm like, okay, let me go training how to use a firearm. And I went to training, and they saw a necklace on my, like, I think I had like a necklace. You see, I have a bullet necklace right here. But he looked at it and he said, you still have the primer in there. That's still dangerous. And I have it around my neck. He said, that can still go off. That's the part that goes pop. So when I tell him what I was doing, he said, you're doing it the wrong way. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? So I had to rewind and go back. And I went to an ammunition place where they make bullets, and they taught me how to take it apart the right way. Because he was like, y'all all could have been dead. That bullet could have gone off because it's still a live bullet. We didn't know. We didn't know. You have to stop. But I thank God.
The grace of God.
Yes. So now we know how to do it the right way. So we take the gunpowder out. There's a little puller that you have. We have a primer. And I'm talking about kids as 5-6 years old can take a bullet apart, because I teach them now I go to schools, I go to community, I want them to learn how to save a life instead of take a life. So I teach them how to keep bullets apart. So we take the gunpowder, we take the primer out, and we turn the bullets into an accessory, into a bracelet. So this one here, it's pretty, right?
Wow.
So this is turned into a bracelet. So now you can wear a conversation piece, right?
Yes.
And you will see, so it's no longer a bullet, it's now a life saved, right?
Yes.
So you will see, like, I have mothers, I teach families how to dismantle bullets and repurpose it into something beautiful.
I love that idea.
So their turn. So now you get to where people, it's like a conversation piece. Like, what, that is beautiful. Is that a case? Yes. So it created a conversation. Not only that, bigger than that, the gunpowder comes out. So it's an empty casing, and we replace the gunpowder with a Bible verse. So you write the favorite verse in there, you put it in there, and you glue it. So now you're wearing something more powerful than ever.
Absolutely.
So the gunpowder, is being replaced by a Bible verse or something you love. Not too many people, not everybody's Christian. They may not want to use a Bible verse, but whatever you choose to do, as long as it's positive, they have to go in here, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's called, so our bracelet line is called Bulletproof, PROVE. Is the evidence of a life being saved. So it's bulletproof bracelet. So it's the evidence of a life being saved. You can't tell me this did not save a life from a bullet.
Wow, no, I would not know.
So pretty, but they're gorgeous, and you will see, like, we have a lot of celebrities wear our bracelets. But the most important is to see these families who's lost loved ones wearing these with their child's favorite color, because what it is, they're saying, I have lost a child to a bullet, but this bullet I have here is a life saved. So I'm taking a life back.
That's right.
So that's how you take a life back, because you will never be able to use this to take a life, right?
Yes, right.
I even had a mom who buried her son with a bracelet, who was killed by a bullet. Wow. So she came to my home, she destroyed a bullet, she made her own bracelet, and she put it on her son's wrist and buried him with it, because she wants him to leave saving a life from a bullet.
Yes. I love the passion behind it. I love what it stands for. And when you say that, the mothers, the mom is coming to make a bracelet, that's gotta just be so touching to your heart.
It's therapeutic for them.
Yes. It's like, cathartic in a way, to be taking that back, powerful to them. That's amazing.
They have broke so many of my bullet puller, because those mothers will be like, no more. And I'm gonna do it on YouTube one day. Like, the way they destroyed the bullet, you saw it on the video. I don't know if you've seen it. They hit it and they say, no more. I had one mom was crying out because she just lost her son, and she was like, no more, and she destroyed it. And she hit it so hard that the bullet puller just broke. And it's okay. So many of those things have broken because they do it with so much passion, because it's therapeutic for them. Taking the deadly part out of something that took their children's life, because no matter what, they're going to keep making these things, and they're going to keep making it. And if we find it, we're going to keep destroying it.
Yes.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
I feel that just like,
enough is enough.
Yeah. Like I really can feel that when you're talking, and I can see the mother just like, I love that.
Yes.
Tell me, like, how do you go about engaging the communities, getting out the awareness, letting people know in these different communities that you are out there? And then let them know more stories about this gun violence. I mean, I'm sure they see it, but like communities that maybe it's not really affecting. How do you go about getting your message to them?
Well, I know for sure when Parkland shooting happened, the mass shooting happened, there's a group called Moms Demand Action that's out there also fighting for gun violence, right? And they were known in the white community, right?
Okay.
But they heard about me and brought me over to their community to talk about Bullets for Life. So I'm gonna tell you, there's a school called American Heritage in Parkland, in Broward, that's brought me to this school 3 times a year, like every once a year I go to this school. And I'm talking about the most children that have done a workshop, and they did not look like our children. They don't get affected like us every single day, but they didn't realize that in our community it's every single day. Right?
Gosh.
Until we speak about it or bring awareness to it. Right?
Yes.
So I'm talking about 300 kids came to my workshop that did not look like our children and destroyed 300 bullets, and they all walk away saying, I save a life in honor of not just the kids that was killed in Parkland, but in honor of the kids that's being killed every day in our Black community. So it takes the youth. It's going to take our future, our new generation to spread the awareness. I can just do my part, bring it to them, but it's up to them to take it. Because we getting old now. I'm knocking on 50 doors, right? So it's important for our new generation is to take this and move with it. Yeah. So I'm okay with them destroying. I'm talking about, listen, I made it to Indiana. I made it to Chicago. I made it to Atlanta, New Jersey. The bracelet made it to the White House. I haven't been there yet, but the bullets made it to the White House where Nancy Pelosi wore the bracelet and spoke about it, right?
Wow.
You see Snoop Dogg wear the bracelet. You saw Kelly Rowland with the bracelet. You see Marion Hardwick, he talks about it. It's so many celebrities put this bracelet on because it's so powerful. They just don't know as a young little Black girl from the islands that created. All they know is a powerful bracelet, right? Because I'm so humble. But I will keep it going. Like when God give you something, you can't stop.
Right.
I was in everybody's face. I was in every meeting, every protest with my sign saying, donate a bullet, save a life. And when you put that sign up in the air, and when you put that sign up, they want to know what that is. Donate a bullet, save a life.
Right.
So that's how I'm going to be. And at every corner, I would start. I will pull up at corners. I will pull over in the inner city, and I would bring awareness. Listen, donate a bullet. I would do a bullet drive.
Wow.
You know what a bullet drive is? I would stand in the corner with how they collect money? I'm collecting bullets, and that's the thing too. People like, it's like I collect, it's like I don't make money off of this at all. Right. And I'm in a season where I cannot no longer do that because I find myself on E, and when you're on E, when you're on empty, how can you help another family? Right. To push this for 8 years nonstop, where with an empty bank account, it was only God. It was only God.
Yes.
So the awareness is out there. The brand is out there because this woman right here.
That's right.
Fought. I push. I climb ladders. I step on throats. I was doing whatever I have to do to bring awareness to our babies dying one bullet at a time.
Let's talk about Pop and Heal, the Pop and Heal workshop. Please tell us, what is that about?
Wow. So we spoke briefly about it without giving it a name. So the Pop and Heal workshop is where the families affected, not just the families affected, but like I said, we're all affected some way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Come to our workshop to destroy bullets. So we brought so the Pop and Heal workshop is where you pop the bullet to heal from a loss, right? Is a healing process. It's part of your healing process. That's why I call it a Pop and Heal. So we're popping the bullet and repurposing it into the bracelet. So the moms make their own bracelet. The families make their own bracelet in honor of their loved ones. That's the Pop and Heal. And sometimes it's like 50 moms. I did a Pop and Heal workshop in Chicago with 50 mothers. I went out there and did a workshop with a group called Love by God Takeover. And then we have the No Bullet Zone workshop. And that's the youth workshop. Yeah, that's the workshop we want to do in schools. We go to the schools and do the workshops. We do a summer program for the kids. We're getting ready to do a summer program with I think Rick Ross on the 26th with his group of kids, which is called the No Bullet Zone Workshop. So this is how we speak life into the kids. We teach our youth that their life is worth more than a bullet. So when they walk away saying, I save a life today.
That's right.
Instead of I take a life, because there's so many, we hear about so many of them taking lives. We want to hear the ones that say, I save a life today. But that's how you speak life into them, right? You speak life into them now, that they're saving lives instead of taking lives, so they can take that home with them. They can take that to their school with them. And they're wearing their bracelet that they made personally. I don't make it. I just teach them how to make it. So we teach them how to destroy the bullets. We come out there with all the beads, all the supplies, and they make their own bracelets. And they walk away saying, my life is worth more than a bullet. But the bullet itself, this is the casing, right? And you wonder where the bullet goes. The bullet goes on a mirror. That's called the mirror of life.
Oh, okay.
So once they pop the bullet comes out, and then they take the bullet and they put it on a mirror. And they look themselves in the mirror and said, my life is worth more than a bullet.
That's wonderful.
That alone is worth.
Yes,
so they look at the reflection and saying, my life is, and they put this, we put the glue on the bullet and they stick it on the mirror while looking at themselves and saying, my life is worth more than a bullet.
Yes.
So it's the No Bullet Zone workshop for the youth.
Yes.
And we have the Pop and Heal workshop for survivors.
Wow. I so love what you are doing. I love your mission. What's the future goals and vision for Bullets for Life?
Well. That's the big question that I'm going to God about right now. We're going to do, we're planning to do a book called Beyond the Bullets, right? And those are stories of all the families that I have met along the way, where they're going to write an interview like this, and where they're going to, in the book is going to be just where they at beyond Bullets for Life, or beyond the bullets that took their children's life, their purpose or their mission after their children is gone. So that's something I want to do. I also want to create curriculums in schools. Now, I want Bullets for Life to be a curriculum in school because it can help with bullying too. Because bullying leads to gun violence. Yes. It leads to mass shooting, suicidal. Our kids are taking their lives. But if we speak life into them, if it become a curriculum in school, it's a conversation and awareness, and it happens every day in schools. So we want to travel nationally. There's so many things I'm going to God about, because I no longer want to do anything for free. I've served. It's like I served for 8 years, and I've been out there without asking for a penny. And then I find myself walking, like I said, I'm pushing myself, and then I'm driving away on E.
Yes, I understand.
I'm in a season. How do I build myself to continue this movement? Because I can no longer do without the resources. So I'm in a season of.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Sorry.
Yeah, because that segued right into my question. Like, how can people get involved and support the mission of Bullets for Life?
They could definitely Bullets for Life. They could definitely reach out to me. They can make donations to the organization. They can help us get back, because we did lose along the way. We lost our 501c3 because I didn't have the funds to pay. We didn't have the right resources. We lost a lot. And it's just me pushing it. I'm just being real right now. You know what I mean? It's something that I've never put out there, but I'm trying to get that back. We just need the support. We just need a resource. We just need people to step up and see that this is a real boots on the ground organization. And I can no longer do it alone.
Yes, I understand.
I cannot no longer do it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pray that you keep going. I pray people will hear this, will really understand and get it, and be a part of helping, supporting, and being a part of this mission, because it's a great mission. Wow. I'm so impressed, and I'm blessed that you came on here to talk about this mission and to just to let people know what's really going on out here. And I know we hear about it, but it's different when we're seeing someone who's out there doing something about it. So, Susan, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story. I mean, just getting involved in Planet Rock to tell us your message and your mission. And I hope to have you back. Thank you so much. And
just in time before I start losing all my.
I know. I know. When
just in time, get me off.
Yes. Thank you so much, Susan.
No, it was amazing. It was wonderful meeting you.
Same here. Bulletsforlife.org, people. Please go visit. Thank you. And stay blessed, and we'll see you next week on Planet Rock.
Awesome show full of insight and inspiration. Thank you to our guests and listeners. Look forward to hearing us next week on envision-radio.com at 12 noon right here on Planet Rock.